Hello and welcome back to Peace Talks. I am your host live from the stew, John Sullivan, here with
Alex Garrison, live from Franklin, Tennessee.
And Evans, live from Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Destinie Harrington, live from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Woohoo! What's going on, everyone?
Okay.
How we living?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Excellent.
Not
Most
too
excellent.
shabby. Yeah, finally figuring out how to not bore myself every day.
Exactly.
I feel that completely.
I've been watching Netflix and Hulu like crazy.
Me too.
Yes. And I'm
My
honestly running out of stuff to watch.
Me too. My sleep
Yes.
schedule is absolutely destroyed.
And
I've
I
been
feel
watching
like TikTok has taken over my life.
I've been watching 90 Day Fiancé with Logan.
Oh my
Ooh,
goodness.
I love that show.
I started watching that from season 1. So I'm right
There's
with you on
certain
that one.
couples I just skip completely over their time on screen because that show is awful but really amusing. Because
It's so
they tease everything repeatedly, and then it always they tease it for 3 episodes and then it's just not a big moment at all.
I feel like they always put the hottest people with the worst person they possibly could.
Well, they don't pick, it's the people that pick.
They don't?
No.
Really?
Yeah, the people pick for themselves, and then the show just covers their whole journey.
Story.
No, I don't know. Never watched it. I mean, I've watched it, but not fully.
Yeah, I thought it was every episode was focused on a specific couple, which would be much better because then it would be a lot less wasted time.
It'd be more entertaining.
Yeah, it would be more entertaining. It would be a lot less wasted time.
Yeah, one episode focus on 3 couples at a time. It's very difficult to try to process.
I really like the show Married at First Sight. It's a lot like that, but it's more like how you're saying. It more focuses on a couple each episode. Or if you haven't seen Married at First Sight, that's I like that one better.
Do they have to get married though? The first time they see each
Yeah,
other?
so it's basically the same idea. It's they see each other, and the first time they see each other is at their wedding.
So is it they've been talking over periods of time, and then when they see each other,
over messaging and stuff. Yeah,
gotcha.
What if they're ugly?
Very interesting. Well, they have to get married to them anyways.
I've been watching.
You just
the
at your
show
wedding,
I've been watching a show called Community. It has Childish Gambino in it. It's so good.
Yeah,
it's on Netflix.
And told us to. Community's on Netflix? If I had known it was on Netflix this whole time, I would have watched it because it looks very funny.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I just didn't know it was on Netflix and easily attainable.
Honestly,
but now I guess I have most streaming services. So
it kind of not fully, but kind of reminds me of Peace. It's just a bunch of people that go to this really small community college, and they just I don't know.
We're a prestigious
so
institution. We are no community college.
I know we're a prestigious institution.
We are no community college. Do you think community colleges have roadcasters? Because I do not.
I don't think so.
Also, would a community college have its security officer on the podcast with it like last week when we had Big John? I think
not. I don't
not.
think community colleges have podcasts, do they?
I don't know. I doubt
they
it,
probably
though.
don't, because a lot of people probably don't even spend none of their time on campus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually true. That was my biggest complaint about when I went to Wake Tech. I went to Wake Tech for a year, and it was pretty terrible. It was not
because
fun.
there was no community.
Yeah, there was literally no community.
You just go there
was
for class.
Yeah, I would just show up for class. It was impossible to find people to prepare for finals with or do projects with. It was terrible because everyone did not care. For the most part, the people didn't care.
Right.
It was crazy, but that's why I
now
love
that
Peace.
Now that we're talking about school and Peace, so next week is our last 3 official last days of online classes before finals. How's everyone feeling about online classes at this point?
I'm not gonna lie, kind of behind. Yeah,
Not
It's
excited.
different.
I lost motivation last week.
Yeah, definitely been having a hard time with all of it just because I feel like, and I mean, it might just be all the classes I'm in, but I feel like professors are trying to make it an easy transition this whole time, but at the same time, I feel like we have more work due sooner.
Yeah.
Like, I have 3 essays due for the same class on Tuesday.
And we lost that week.
Terrible.
Exactly. So I feel like it's just a lot.
They're
and
trying
then
to cram everything into, like, the time that they were given.
I wish they had extended the semester by a week. That would be nice.
They would. I feel like since we started online, they give more work online than we had in class.
Yeah.
I will say I have less finals, so I'm happy about that, but
That's
I also
true.
have more essays.
I know. And, like, I feel like a lot of the work is just, like, busy work, and I'm not actually, like, retaining material.
Yeah. I will say, though, I have been very grateful. Like, Peace is doing a lot of, like, the stuff that we were supposed to be doing on campus online, which is not the same, but, like, they're doing, I don't know if you guys are aware, but they're doing, like, the award ceremony online on Monday.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And then they're doing, like, they've been doing all these contests and whatnot. So it's been a struggle. And, John, you can speak to this because you're a senior as well. Destiny, are you a senior?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. So you guys can speak to it because you guys are seniors too. But, like, we still don't know about graduation.
I don't know about my internship.
Yeah,
I got to do that over the summer, and I have no clue what I'm going to do there because who's hiring?
Yeah.
No one.
Exactly.
I'm not a biologist. I can't go in there.
For the internship, they're going to have to do what they did for us because I wasn't able to go into my internship once all this started because it's for production and you can't produce anything. You can't go anywhere.
Exactly.
So, news, like, if you watch the news, they're, like, presenting it from their house.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of, like, looking up companies that I might be interested in and writing papers and stuff about it, like, to add to my hours. So that's what they might have you do for over the summer.
Oh my God. I don't need more papers from this school.
Yeah. And I mean, they're not like papers. They're like, hey, answer these 2 questions.
Well, but
the
thing is, like, I'm not your typical senior. I know exactly what I'm about and what I'm doing with my life. So I'm gonna be a police officer here very soon, friends. I've decided that. And that's dead serious too. I've decided I'm gonna be an officer of the law.
Oh yeah. Wow, congrats.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you. I gotta talk to Professor Cusco for sure. See.
Oh yeah, because she knows her officer guy that she always brings in.
Yeah, I know, because I was going to ask her if I could talk to a couple of the officers who went through the academy and everything, because I've looked into it, and honestly, I could go right now and apply, and within a month, I would know whether or not I was an officer, but I'm going to take a month to get myself back in the right kind of shape, because I don't want to show up to police academy fat, because then it's just like, all right, this dude clearly does not care. He's in it for the free donuts.
Oh my God.
They do get those though. That is a perk, you know. You roll through Krispy Kreme in the squad car and it's typically free.
Yeah. I will say for internship purposes though, like they can't tell you can't graduate and whatnot because of all this. So they'll figure it out whether it's posting papers or who knows.
Maybe if I can just prove to them that I've already like got a job. They'll just be like, all right, you know what? You're clearly good. You don't need this.
They're being extra lenient because of everything. And I mean, they don't have a choice, so that's helpful. But then, like, honestly, I would listen. I don't know if you guys are planning on, but President Ralph is doing the, like, question thing today where he addresses a bunch of questions people have been sending him asking. If you haven't asked that question, it might be something that you ask because that's a good question for him to address today. So if you go to his Instagram page, I think it's WPU Prez.
Yeah, I follow him. I'll find it.
He has on his story and in one of his posts, like where you can slide up and type in a question. Because like I did a bunch of questions because like for graduation purposes, like obviously we don't know when graduation is yet, and I know that they're not going to be able to decide that because we have to wait till we know when this slows down. But like we already ordered our caps and gowns. I don't know if you guys have gotten an email, but I got an email saying that my cap and gown was in and that ready for pickup. I emailed the people for like student affairs or whatever, asking like if they're gonna ship them to us, and they said we have to come to campus to pick them up.
What?
That's ridiculous.
So I asked like, hey, what are we gonna do about capping down? Because like, even though we're quarantined, I still want to do my senior photos. I still want to decorate my cap, all that stuff.
And you live far away, so it's inconvenient
Exactly.
for you to have to go to Raleigh and pick it up.
Yeah. Well, and like if I'm not like, and I'm not gonna wait until graduation to do all of that stuff, you know. So
Exactly.
I think if you guys weren't planning on listening to it today, Dr. Off answering all the questions, I would. That's for everyone listening to. It's at 3 p.m.
And then I see on the news, did you guys hear about how ECU is like not going back until like 2021 or fall?
Yes. I have a friend who goes there.
What are they doing?
They're doing online until what was it? Was it the
2021 is the fall semester?
Yeah, fall semester 2021. They're doing this whole next year.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
It's unbelievable. And like that's the thing. A lot of people are saying sports, everything canceled till like fall 2021. Major concerts, everything. Like a lot of people are saying that kind of thing. So that's crazy. But hey, real quick.
I picked the wrong year to get my stuff together.
Real quick, I made a
Right?
mistake, guys. I forgot about a fellow member of this podcast. Mary just texted me and she was like, hey, you guys recording today? I was like, oh no, Mary. Oh, I'm so sorry. So hold on, let me add her to the call. Welcome to the podcast, Mary.
Thanks.
Yay.
Hey.
Mary's here.
We're just discussing everything coronavirus again.
You know,
How
just
we got
hashing it all
all
out
the-
over again.
We love it.
we were talking about how ECU is saying that they're not going to do like on-campus classes until the fall of 2021.
But this is the thing, is that Dr. Stephen Fauci even said that people who were already making decisions about fall semesters really didn't need to be doing that yet. He's like, we don't have enough information about how like the virus is supposed to mutate in the first place for it to hold any value. Like
it's literally changing every single day. So my thing is like I get like making decisions for like June or like, but making decisions that far ahead.
A month at a time.
I agree. We need to take it. And I mean,
They're
for some of the
thinking
decisions,
too far out.
For some of the decisions, like them canceling, like for CMA Fest, the big country music festival that happens here in Nashville, it's at the end of June. They canceled it. They canceled it in March. Okay, that makes sense because like you have to refund people, all that type of stuff. But like school wise, I feel like you don't know. Like we don't know where this is gonna end. It could be over. Like it could slow down next week and everything start to get somewhat back to normal, and then they canceled everything for nothing. I feel like people are just jumping.
Well,
into
no. I want to say these schools that are canceling it right now, I want to point out this one thing. First of all, we are all college students, and so therefore we know of the, we'll just put it bluntly, the slobbiness and grossness of fellow college students. So I want to point out that a vaccine for this is at least a year away. Like at least that is the whole point. So a test might be available, but there's still going to be little shockwaves, which is why like sporting events and concerts are still being canceled until 2021, because even if you get tested, somebody's going to be like, well, I don't care. I feel fine. I'm going to go to this concert anyways. And then all of a sudden a bunch of other people have it again. So that's why we have to kind of shut it down until we get a vaccine that's gone through clinicals and everything and been proven to work. We can't just jump back into everything, unfortunately. And that truly sucks. But I mean, it's just something we have to consider.
Because if someone makes a vaccine,
not believe in that.
Whoa. Hold on. One at a time.
Go ahead, Destiny. Go ahead.
I was just saying that some people who like may not like believe in like just like vaccines and stuff like that, they may not take it, but still, could be at risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might not take it very seriously.
There's also the issue, like, if you make a vaccine, you have no idea what the side effects could be. Like, there could be side effects that don't show up until 2 years later, and if the whole country gets a vaccine, then everyone is going to be affected by those side effects that no one knew about.
Exactly. That's why it's like nobody's ever been through anything like this before who's still alive except for like 3 people from 1918.
I would like to stop living in a major historical event.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I've got my history fact ready to go. It's this again. It's the old coronavirus continuing.
My kids are going to be learning about it, and I'm just going to be like, yep.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was not fun.
They're like, Mom, you went through that? He's like, yep, I did.
Yeah,
I in my room for 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah, I organized the whole house with your mother. That's what I'm going to be telling them. We painted. Logan and I have been painting together also, which is adorable, I know, but we've been painting little landscapes and whatnot. I got to say, my first painting in 9 years.
You guys should do some Bob Ross.
Yeah, we're going to for our canvases because we've just been painting on construction paper to practice. But my first painting that I've done in 10 years, like 9-10 years, honestly came out really good for being a 10-year long hiatus from painting anything.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a little like rocky shore and forest in the snow.
Nice.
So at least that's relaxing.
Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, I've only created one piece of art that I've ever been proud of. And it was whenever I was 11 and I made this like ceramic frog. And it had like, it was really weird looking. It had like I made it in like a pottery class, but I entered it into the fair in like our county for like a 4-H thing. And I was really proud of it. And then it won Best in Show for like all ceramic projects. And I won like $35. So I was really proud of that.
A big check when you're 11.
Yeah. It was great. So now I can like say that I'm an award-winning artist because
that's awesome. Yeah, I painted a monkey once when I was in like 2nd grade maybe, and it got hung up in the mall, and I was so proud of myself. My family and I took a trip to the mall.
I haven't created any artwork. I've just been trying to like have consistency and like making sure I work out every day.
That's good.
Okay, guys, real quick, I'm gonna add Shannon in as well.
Oh, okay. Did Shannon say that she was gonna come in?
She said her phone died, so I'm gonna add her real quick.
That's what we guessed. All right, cool.
I think I'm gonna use this intermission to sleep.
Oh, and you out?
Yeah.
One falls and one comes in. Okay. And it's been a pleasure. Say goodbye to the good people at home.
Bye, good people. Bye. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. We love you, Ann. See you later. And Destiny, while we're on this brief intermission, if I could just tell you, you gotta be just talk a little bit more into your phone because it was hard to hear you the last like 2 times you talked, and I didn't want to say anything then because everybody else was talking. But now that we got the moment, this is the kind of behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, this is the kind of behind the scenes stuff that you get at the WPU Talks podcast. You get to really feel like you're a member of it.
Shannon, are you here now?
I am here. Hi.
Hey, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon. Welcome, everybody.
Oh, wait. No, that's the wrong one. Yay, Shannon. I accidentally pushed crickets first. Sorry, Shannon.
It's okay.
We guessed that your phone was dead. That's why you blew us off. But you also could have just been big time in us because we told you.
I was so excited.
We were like, hey, we're going to be, it's just a minute. and then you just were like, nah, straight to voicemail. I'm going to create hype around myself.
Just got to build up that momentum, It's not a broken charger. This is all a tactic.
No, exactly.
It's all my strategy.
It was like fashionably late to a party. You had to show up 20 minutes in just to let everybody know that you were that.
Exactly. If the party starts at 11, she's coming in at 11:30.
Shannon is that. Yeah. I figured out how to use the beeper.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So Shannon, how you feeling about all the? Because you're a senior too. We were talking about Dr. Ralph's talk that's going to happen later today.
Yeah, it's at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, we were talking about all things
Well, I think it's really cool that people can they can like add their own questions in.
I agree.
I still didn't notice how to do that. I went and looked, but I'll look harder in a minute. Or I'll just, go find him and ask it in person.
Like to be able to like add your own.
All right, it sounds like somebody is in the middle of a hurricane. Who is that?
Yeah, it sounds like someone's riding outside.
I had to move. I had to get my debit card out of the car.
Okay.
My mom. For some reason, I'm sorry.
No worries.
No worries. I was just like, all right, is this like, do we have a Boeing engineer here working in the wind tunnel? Like, what is going on?
This is Mary being unorganized and not
No, it's okay, Mary.
having all her stuff together. It's fine.
All right. Okay, so what were you saying before the hurricane? I think Shannon, were you talking? Somebody was
Are
talking.
you talking to me? Is the Talk with Dr. Ralph later? It's going to be on Instagram Live, so you can like
I can
it's
just
going
add
on.
him.
You can like comment your question,
Okay.
and then there's going to be someone that'll like take down the questions, and then he'll answer them.
Oh, good.
As they go, at least from my understanding.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and I think people added some because I added some before too. So I think it's honestly he's gonna be answering a lot of questions. It'll be good, I think.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think so too. And I think he's been really wanting to do this. I think to just to kind of like keep transparency and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
I appreciate.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's a good thing. I mean, getting to directly ask your president of your university questions it's a unique thing that we get here at Peace that I like. Just like, last week with Big John on the podcast, it's just such a nice little small community that we're able to be a part of.
Exactly.
Also, Anne left during the intermission. She had to go. Her brother's in town. So,
Aww,
sorry, guys.
good.
Anne is out of here. Shannon is here. Anne is gone. Oh, well. Life moves on. Nice little
Is
poem.
there anything else anyone wanted to talk about, mention?
Well, I got to do my
So, I don't
history
remember
fact.
eating
Oh, you
Oh,
guys
sorry.
go ahead first because I got to look it up.
Well, my friend and I keep talking about like when the restaurants open back up, what is the first place you're gonna go to? One place that you just the second that everything opens back up, you're like, we need to go here.
Honestly,
I have
it's the
one.
station right next to Peace. You know, that little burger place? I love it. It's so good. And I go there
It's
and I'll
so
get
good.
that $5 burger. You cannot beat it. It's a really big burger and the add-ons are
wow.
only like 50 cents each and there's delicious potato wedges with it. You cannot beat it.
This is very true. Their mac and cheese also is great, and they also have really good chicken salad.
Yeah,
the chicken
everything
salad
there is
burrito.
actually really good. My favorite thing is their little pita points with the melted pimento bacon cheese. It's so good.
yeah,
That sounds really good.
dude, you're making me hungry.
I know. I can like see it from the art room here, and it's just tantalizingly right there, unopened.
It's this place that we
I
have
think-
here in Charlotte. It's called Tacos for Life. It's just really good.
It's called what?
Ooh.
Tacos something?
Tacos for Life.
Oh, Tacos for Life. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I do. I mean,
I
I'll
love
eat
that.
tacos for life. You know.
Me too. I think the first place I'll go, and John, I know you've been here. I don't know if anyone else has, but Uncle Julio's for
Ah,
Taco Tuesday.
yes.
That's the first place I'm gonna go.
Go see Uncle.
Really
Yeah.
good.
Uncle Julio's is good. They have a good
Nice.
like Tuesday Taco Tuesday thing, right?
Yeah, that's where to get some tableside guac and some tacos. That's the first place I'll go.
I agree. That place is good.
Well,
So
whenever all this stuff opens up back in Raleigh, that means that I'll have a job again.
Yay.
So this is one of our traditions as like me and my best friend were coworkers. And so we used to go to Mojo's before work and we'd have like bacon cheese fries and burgers and stuff like
Aw.
before we started our shifts on the weekends. And it was so fun. And so
Aw, that's
yeah,
so sweet.
yeah, so it'll be fun when everything opens back up.
I have a very kind of nervous history fact of the day. I don't like this actually, but today, April 17th, 1861, Virginia became the 8th state to secede from the Union, and that was the state that our president was encouraging to take up arms this morning on Twitter. So, let's not make this a repeat You know, like where we're repeating a massive flu. Let's not repeat a civil war, please, for the love of God.
Well, if everyone took everything that our president said on his Twitter completely seriously, we would live in a much different world. So
yeah, we would.
And trying to not be political or anything like that, but that statement is true. Like,
no, yeah,
that's all kinds of things.
Well, that's what I said. I mean, Alex and I talked about it earlier this week. We don't really want to talk politics on here. It's just a fun little podcast for us that we love very much, and so I'm trying to avoid it. But you know, I was scrolling HistoryNet and I was like, oh no, that's like I have to bring that up. I said it earlier. I have to bring this up, but in a much better
academically we look at like sources, right? And we see how credible a source is. And so like from an academic perspective, we should probably not be pulling from our president.
No, probably not. Well, in better news, in 1970, Apollo 13 landed safely back on Earth. If you guys have never seen that movie, now would be a great time to sit down and watch that film. It is about the triumphs of humanity and not the failures. It's a really good movie. It's one of Tom Hanks' best performances, honestly. They make you feel like you are in the spacecraft. And I what year did that movie come out? It was like, was it the 90s or early 2000s?
I thought it was the early 2000s.
Okay, well, regardless, you know, they still didn't have that much technology for this kind of movie then, and it was great. It was really, really good. It was really well done. It made it feel like you were in the space capsule with them. It was really cool. And I, being a huge like military history and space history nerd, love Apollo and the whole Apollo program. And so it
came out in 1995.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, then they crushed it for 95. That's a year before I was born. That's crazy. That's such a good movie. Such a good movie. All about the triumphs of America and not our failings. But that's my history facts. Does anybody have... All right, we've talked about some fun stuff, some not fun stuff. Let's do like, what are you guys doing to keep sane? Like, are you exercising or anything? Because I've been starting to exercise some because it's just like I can't sit inside anymore, but I go for a walk with Charlie and Logan.
Oh, for sure. Me and my friend were talking the other day, like one thing we'll never take for granted again is like going to the gym. And I'm not a huge gym goer. Like it takes a lot of motivation for me, but like with, you know, like I go on walks and stuff like that just because I think we're losing so much and just like moving from like place to place, like running around campus, that kind of thing. But it's like really hard not wanting to go, like not being able to go to the gym makes you want to go to the gym more. Exactly.
Totally.
I've been doing like home workouts and it's a lot harder than just going to the gym and doing whatever at the gym.
I like doing body weight stuff because I'm a bigger person, so like for me that's okay, because if I do too much like actual weightlifting, it'll actually just slow me down. But if I do body weight stuff, that's good because I lose fat and gain muscle and it just kind of balances out there.
Yeah, makes sense. I will say I have definitely missed. I'm a big movie goer. I like going to the movies. That's something that I miss a lot in this whole time. Like I love going to the movies. So not being able to go to the movie, get some popcorn, see a movie right as it comes out is killing me.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
So many movies are moving. They're dating. Yeah. Well, and like even though a lot of them are coming out on demand, it's just not the same.
No.
No.
I like doing the theater
and in those reclining seats and
how dark it is, how big the screen is.
Exactly.
No family members getting away.
Yeah, it's very different. I was telling my dad earlier, I'm like, people who have a dog, like this is like great time to have a dog because you have a reason to go outside and walk.
Yes, I know. So we have puppies. She's one, and we definitely have taken advantage of her liking walks and playing and stuff. That's been us going outside is basically playing with her. Definitely helped.
I was like, if anyone has a pet, they've been getting the most attention this whole time during us being in our homes. Like they,
totally.
Like, wow, like I'm not used to seeing you guys home all the time. What are y'all doing here?
Totally.
Well, I was talking to Newhouse on Monday, Dr. Newhouse, and he's gonna foster a dog. Like they're getting it next week because he's like, I don't really have anything else to do, so we might as well just train a dog. And it was
oh my god. I'm gonna say because Newhouse, he loves dogs. I had a class with him, and he takes pictures, like nice pictures of his dogs, like in portrait mode, and like looking out the window and stuff like that. So I can see him doing something like that.
Hey, I have a chance to do it.
Seriously, I saw this article this morning. There was a kennel in St. Thomas that they were showing, and all of their kennels were empty for the first time since they've been open, and they've been open for like 25 years, and they had no dogs because everyone's been adopting dogs.
Wow.
I think that.
Well, now's definitely the time to get your dog used to your house and everything, but it's not good if you get a dog and then it thinks this is the routine, and then all of a sudden you go to work.
Yeah,
true. Yeah, what we've definitely been doing, because I mean, our puppy she's only one, so she still is learning some stuff. I mean, she's very smart, and good for the most part. So like, she's used to none of us being home, how you were saying, and so we have been going as like a family on drives, so she can get used to being in the house by herself again. Because like how you were saying, like the second that like we're allowed to go back to jobs and whatnot, she's gonna go crazy in the house. She's not gonna know what to do without everyone here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard transition.
Oh yeah, for everyone, not just for pets. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, for everyone, because like you're gonna like some people are gonna be scared. Like whenever the world opens back up, they're gonna be scared. Like, oh my gosh, this is my first time being out in the real world.
Yeah, totally. Well, and at that point, we're all gonna be used to like the quarantine or like the social distancing schedule, but it's just gonna be weird.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of nervous because I work in the hospitality industry, and so I know that there's going to be a whole lot more precautions that we're going to have to take when we open everything back up, and like with the amount of people that can stay in like the location at a certain time and everything, like that makes me a little bit nervous. But okay, it's just different.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be nervous because like with me working in a grocery store.
Yeah. I'm just nervous in general about getting a job because I mean I'm graduating, so not many I want to do journalism. That is a hard job to get hired in anyways, just because it's slowly diminishing. But especially now, it's going to be very interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, that's one of my friends is graduating with her like communications degree and stuff, and she was nervous about trying to find a job as well.
Yeah,
I think she's just decided that at this point she's applied to like get her master's and just do that for a little bit, rather than trying to find a job.
Yeah,
I have nothing else to do.
Yep, I think I'm just going to apply to like jobs that aren't necessarily what I want to do, but like close enough that are hiring, and hope
that's fair.
Just we'll see. It's all going to be interesting.
What I'm hoping for is that like, because so much of the hiring process in any field is like, you know, you start with like a phone interview and then go to like a virtual interview and then get like an in-person interview. I'm hoping that like, you know, people are still at least reviewing resumes and offering those phone interviews and stuff like that. Because you know, I keep like applying to stuff, not really expecting anything, but
I feel like that.
Logan's actually been contacted by a couple of recruiters because of this, because she went to UNC and got her degree in biology. So they're needing people to like work on certain things around this and also just crops and stuff like that, because we got to feed the people. So she's been contacted by a couple of those people, which is interesting because, you know, I mean, they're offering her good jobs and whatnot. And it's crazy during this time that she's getting calls for jobs.
Yeah.
It's pretty lucky for us, but we're still not, you know, we're still not making much money. I'm going to start working with one of my lacrosse players again soon, because luckily for me, he has been quarantined for sure his mom quarantined him for 3 weeks. And because he's an 8th grader, so his mom quarantined him for 3 weeks, and I've been self-quarantined for 3 weeks trying to stay safe around my mom and whatnot. So I know neither of us are sick.
Yeah.
Man, we're
crazy.
The one thing you never want is just dead air, and we're crushing it right now, aren't we, guys? Oh man. All right, well, if nobody has anything else to talk about, then I guess we can call it. But Andre was gonna show up. He said he's on the way, but I don't know, he might be like 10 minutes away, who knows. With him, he's just grinding, he's just working all the time. I could ask him what he was doing this week, but guess what? We all know the answer is just working.
Just working. Grinding.
I do have one thing I do need help with. So my sister's friend was telling her about how her family's doing these like themed dinners. Like they did one that was like USA themed. They did one that was like Gemma themed. I was like, that is so fun. Like one way to at least make being in the house fun. So what are good themes you could do?
Oh, Indian food. You could do like Middle Eastern themes, and you could do like Indian food. You could do Pakistani food. You could do all sorts of food, like a lot of lamb and that kind of thing. Like Logan and I made chicken tikka the other night. That was unbelievable. Made it in the Instant Pot, and it was as good as I've had in any Indian restaurant. And I'm not gonna like toot my own horn here, but I am totally going to, because I am a damn good cook. And so I love cooking, but you could also do like Asian, like South Pacific, that kind of thing. And you could do a lot of like coconut stews and stuff like that. And then you could move up to like Thailand and do like peanut chicken, that kind of thing. It's a bunch of stuff.
Well, I saw a TikTok today, and it was someone who their favorite restaurant was Chipotle. And so their whole family made like their whole kitchen counter into like a Chipotle counter and stuff. And they like, for her birthday, because that was her favorite restaurant. And so like they had this whole thing. You could like pick out the tortilla and pick out the rice and the meat and everything. It was so cute. And I was like, aw, like people are getting creative, and I like to see.
Have you seen the TikToks where like when the Trolls World Tour came out, and the parents were like making like movie theaters where they had like the concession stand.
Oh yeah.
Movie time. Yeah.
I saw one on Facebook. It doesn't really match like a type of food theme, but they all dressed up as like a celebrity for the night.
Good.
Yeah, those are fun.
People are doing fun stuff. Listen, now we're not, like we're fun people, but like just do cute, fun things like that. Don't go out. Don't be selfish. Alex, I know you and I are on the same page there. Like we're calling our friends out, and for me, it's I will not allow you to kill my mother. Damn it, you will not be the reason that my mom is unsafe around me. So if you are even considering going out and about, do not come near me, or I'm gonna punch you with a glove on.
Yeah. With the glove on.
Hey, I gotta protect that skin contact.
For real. Did any of you guys watch last night, ABC Network did a Disney family sing along? Did any of you guys watch that?
Yeah.
I was in my living room doing that High School Musical dance.
Yes, me too. It was really cool. So, like how we're saying, like the season, I think a lot of like, because a lot of the celebrities are doing those. I've noticed a lot of like Instagram live concerts that celebrities are doing. I think it's really cool that they're doing a lot of that to try to help like encourage people to stay at home.
Yeah,
they're doing all this online.
I like this kind of stuff. Hey, have you seen? Oh, this is one thing I wanted to bring up. I'm glad you brought all this online stuff up, because virtual nightclubs. Imagine being like so into clubbing that you like set up a little corner of your room as if you're going to do a Zoom call, but you just like put some lights up, you maybe do a little extracurricular activities, and then you get in front of the screen and just like hold up a bottle of alcohol and just start dancing. And you paid like $80 to be in there, because that's the thing. They're charging people like $80 to $100 to go to these virtual nightclubs.
I wouldn't do that.
No, it's ridiculous. And they have security and stuff too. Like I don't remember the name of this nightclub.
It's a cool idea. idea, but I would not pay for that.
Yeah, but they have like security. It's hilarious because they send people, like, they'll just kick people out of the Zoom call and stuff because that's all security can do.
That's funny. I will say, go ahead.
It's the only time that like a small person can be a bouncer. Go ahead,
My family has decided that we're going to sleep outside tonight. They're going to set up a tent and
and some Enos.
And I'm one of 5 kids.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's so cute. Logan and I might do that. If Jordan Lake was open right now for like camping, that would be awesome because you can stay far enough apart.
I feel like camping would be like one of the most like social distancing things that you can do like right now. Totally. And it's kind of sad that all the campgrounds are closed. And it's probably not a good idea just because it's still like a big amount of people in a
and like in bathrooms and whatnot.
There is plenty of places though you can just go camp. Like you don't. There's just forests and stuff that are legal camping grounds.
We live on like 33 acres, so it's not like there's anybody around us. So.
Oh, that's awesome, like, Mary. Could I come camp in like the back 10 of your 33 acres?
If you want to drive to Stanford to come sleep,
he wants to rent.
Yeah, I want to rent the back 5 acres of your land, Mary. I just want to set up a little tent and a yard for Charlie and the kids, the youngins.
Well, Mary, definitely post pictures of your at-home camping.
That's adorable, Mary. For real, I've been thinking about camping because Logan and I went once.
We're gonna cook something over the fire. It's gonna be so fun. Yeah.
Ooh, over the fire. What's the best thing to cook over a fire?
Oh, we have so many good things.
If y'all do you guys have like I guess it's a teepee? No, it's not the teepee with like. It doesn't have like the outside stuff on it. It's just 3 sticks. You know, what is it called? I can't remember. It's like a hanging rack or something. I don't know. You could like put a mesh thing over top of the flames and grill some steaks on it. Flame grilled steaks are delicious.
Oh.
Yeah, those are good.
I mean, we've made we do these things and we take like meatballs and like onions and peppers and like mushrooms and stuff, and we put it in a tin foil pack. Ooh. And then we put that like on top of a grill like over the fire. Ooh. And like let that cook, and those are really yummy. So.
That sounds really good. I made spaghetti and meatballs earlier this week.
Yeah, it's very yummy.
Last night, me and my family, we made homemade pizzas out of the little Pillsbury biscuits.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, I could just walk up on President Ralph right now. He's sitting next to what's his name? The guy on Peace's campus, our statue.
Oh, Mr. Peace?
Yeah, Mr. Peace. Why did I not why did that not come to my head? Sorry, Mr. Peace.
Will the Peace, the statue?
Yeah, he's just sitting next to Mr. Peace, the statue, and I could just totally walk up on him right now and be like, hey, I just recorded the podcast, and I have a question for you.
Is the Willie P statue still wearing a mask?
Yeah, it is.
Good.
That's funny.
Good.
He's got to stay safe. I mean, we all know that the most susceptible people right now are bronze statues.
True.
Yeah, we must protect them at all costs.
Yeah.
All right. Well, does anybody have anything else interesting to talk about? We've talked about virtual nightclubs, history, potential civil wars, all of it, everything.
I think we should wrap it up for the week so then we can all go listen to the live from President Ralph.
I think so, too.
Yeah, starting.
I need to read down good.
All right. Well, Alex, do you want to do the sign off? Because I tried it last week and did horribly. Shannon, tell the people I did terrible.
It happens. It takes practice.
All right. Well, I'm going to say bye so Alex can say bye to everyone else.
Thanks, everyone, for listening. And I think either next week or the week after will be one of our last podcasts for the year. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Time Online, and peace out.
Peace out.
Peace out, guys. Thank you.
Peace out. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.